Nanti Cik Rafidah akan introduce dulu kan?
Ya saya akan mulakan dulu, Prof.
Okay.
Okey, kita mulakan ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi dan salam 13 Ramadan 1441 Hijrah. Selamat datang ke sebuah lagi program yang dianjurkan oleh Persatuan Saintis Muslim Malaysia, Perintis, di bawah chapter Perintis Young Professionals, YPP. Kepada yang pertama kali terserempak ataupun terdengar nama Perintis, Perintis adalah sebuah badan profesional yang berdaftar di Malaysia dan mempunyai keahlian di kalangan profesional Muslim, saintis, jurutera dan juga teknokrat. Manakala Perintis Young Professionals iaitu YPP sentiasa berusaha menganjurkan program-program yang lebih khusus kepada Young Professionals iaitu golongan-golongan saintis yang muda. Saya Muhammad Rashdan bin Saad akan menjadi moderator anda untuk sesi istimewa pada pagi ini yang bertajuk From PhD to Professorship, Tips and Strategies for Early Career Academics, yang akan disampaikan oleh salah seorang ahli perintis yang disegani ramai iaitu Profesor IR Dr. Sharifah Rafidah Wan Alwi, Pengarah Proses Systems Engineering Center, Universiti Teknologi Malaysia UTM. Jadi format program kita pada pagi ini ialah Prof Sharifah akan berkongsi pengalaman berharga beliau selama 40 minit. Kemudian kita akan buka kepada sesi soal jawab bersama dengan pendengar. Jadi pendengar yang ingin mengajukan soalan bolehlah berbuat demikian pada ruangan chat box di sebelah kanan pada page YouTube Live YPP ini. Rasanya ramai dah berkobar-kobar dan tak sabar nak mendengar sesi perkongsian Prof Sharifah ini. Maka dengan ini saya serahkan sesi ini kepada Prof Sharifah. Dipersilakan Prof.
Terima kasih banyak Cik Rashdan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada semua dan selamat berpuasa di bulan Ramadan ini. Okay. Alright, Assalamualaikum sekali lagi. Pertamanya saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Persatuan Saintis Muslim Malaysia atas jemputan ini. Saya Sharifah daripada Universiti Teknologi Malaysia. Dan saudara-saudari yang hadir ke program ini mungkin seorang yang akan complete PhD ataupun telah complete PhD, ataupun saudara-saudari mungkin bercadang untuk menjadi pensyarah ataupun pensyarah baru ataupun pensyarah yang dah lama sedia ada tapi masih berjiwa yak. Tapi apa-apa pun saya terima kasih kerana hadir, and I hope that whatever I share in this can benefit you in your upcoming career. Alright, just a brief history about myself sebab mungkin ramai yang tak kenal saya. Jadi saya graduate dari BEng Chemical Engineering daripada UMIS Manchester pada tahun 2003, dan selepas itu saya continue membuat master di Universiti Teknologi Malaysia dan saya convert program master saya kepada PhD. Jadi saya mendapat PhD pada tahun 2007 pada umur 26 tahun. And selepas itu saya menjadi senior lecturer di UTM and I was promoted to associate professor in 2012 and in 2016 I was promoted to professorship and the journey from PhD to professor was around 9 years. Yeah. Ini adalah some of the achievement Alhamdulillah yang telah saya dapat sepanjang daripada PhD sampai ke professorship yang juga membantu. And dalam presentation saya ini juga saya akan share macam mana apa yang saya buat sepanjang PhD ke professorship. Award-award yang dapat ni sebenarnya is just saya bukannya sengaja plan untuk mendapat award-award ni. Kebanyakan award-award ni saya dapat disebabkan oleh benda tu datang sendiri. Ya. So I will not talk about this and I would like to talk about how you can plan your career and towards your professorship and so on. Okay, ni adalah typical common problem untuk early career academics. Ya. You ada macam-macam KPI daripada universiti yang minta daripada you. Contohnya ke arah world class university, ke arah QS ranking, research university, MIRA, high COE dan sekarang ni ada 4-track DCP pula. And another problem is the ever-changing goalposts. Ya? So kalau you tengok, sekarang dulu, waktu dulu, kemungkinan journal papers Q1, Q2 bukan satu kewajipan. Tapi sekarang pula Q1, Q2 ni wajib. And sebelum tu tak perlu buat latihan industri. Sekarang ni pula pensyarah kena buat latihan industri ataupun postdoc. And the goalposts keep on changing. Ya? Dulu tak ada ni, sekarang ada ni. And akan datang, kemungkinan it will keep on changing. So these are challenges, ya? Challenges untuk yang akademia, yang especially baru masuk, ya? You rasa macam perjalanan itu jauh sangat ya? Untuk you capai ke arah professorship ataupun in the short term, ya? Mungkin you baru aim ke arah PM dahulu, associate professor. So what should we do? Ya? What should we do? You might be overwhelmed. You might be overwhelmed. You don't know where to start. You baru balik daripada PhD. You baru join sebagai seorang pensyarah. And macam-macam pula KPI yang you kena buat. Publish paper, commercialization, lepas tu nak kena buat admin task, teaching lagi. Teaching pun you baru first time mengajar. So you might be overwhelmed and you don't know where to start and you do not know how to start. So what I have today is maybe a simple guideline you can follow if you think that you rasa sesuai untuk you. Kalau rasa tak sesuai, then you do it your own way. It's up to you. Okay, so in my opinion, regardless what happened lah, because sepanjang daripada saya graduate, sepanjang daripada PhD sampai ke sekarang, all the requirement keeps on changing. But sebagai pensyarah, it all boils back to the 7 P's. Jadi bagi saya, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about apa-apa kriteria baru yang akan masuk, akan datang in the future yang sekarang ni and so on. As long as you keep on sticking to this 7 P's yang basic sebagai seorang pensyarah, insyaAllah you will not go wrong. Ya? Yang 7 P ni yang saya maksudkan, pengajaran, penyeliaan, penyedikan, penerbitan, perundingan and so on. Ya? As shown here. So just go back to basic and you don't really have to worry. And when you start as a new lecturer, ya, saya cadangkan these 5 important things yang you kena set yourself ya, bila you start masuk sebagai pensyarah. Satu is you have to be friendly. Ya. Always give salam to your seniors, always give salam to your colleagues, to the peers whom you meet. Second, yang bagi saya sangat penting sepanjang perjalanan saya is respect. Ya. You have to learn to greet people, respect people, ya, and always ringan tulang. Ya. Kalau kita punya boss, dia selalu minta kita help in this, help in that. Jangan kita kata no. Ya. Kalau boleh, kita cuba tolong. In fact, sebelum orang minta tolong pun, why don't we volunteer? Ya. So these are among ciri-ciri yang kena ada dalam kita in order for us to progress forward. And next is we must be willing to learn from others, macam satu sponge. Yes, you kena ready to absorb semua knowledge, semua air daripada senior-senior di sekitar you and not only from yourself. And lastly is you have to be proactive instead of reactive. InsyaAllah kalau you ada all these 5 ciri-ciri ni, you will not go wrong. And you will always, you can excel in anything that you do. Yeah? Anything that is thrown to you, inshallah you can do it as long as you have these 5 attitudes within yourself. So that is the first thing that I want to share. And now I'll be going into more details yang ke arah 7 P's. Yeah? How do you plan your 7 P's and how do you excel in your 7 P's throughout your journey? Yeah, of course, this is not comprehensive, but I'll try to share what I can within this time limit. Okay, first thing, you baru habis PhD, you join as a senior lecturer or maybe a new tutor. The first thing yang boss you akan bombard you with is admin job. Ya, admin job ni memang tak boleh lari. Kadang-kadang kita ni dia orang kata macai, tapi kita tak boleh buat apa. Ya, so admin work ni memang banyak. Waktu saya mula-mula masuk pun banyak sangat admin work yang diberi kepada saya. So I'll just share some of the admin works yang saya dapat waktu mula-mula masuk. Among it is webmaster. Ya, so waktu tu saya memang tak ada background website. HTML semua memang tak pandai pun nak buat coding. So, but I was assigned to be a webmaster and I accept that challenge. Memang benda baru, but I never regret learning how to be a webmaster. So at that time, bila kita baru masuk alam pekerjaan, especially sebagai pensyarah baru, admin work yang diberi kepada kita mungkin macam-macam. Something yang mungkin bukan bidang kita pun. But if we open our mind and kita accept all these challenges, insyaAllah all these small things yang kita learn sebenarnya akan bantu kita pada masa akan datang. So webmaster was among the tasks and waktu tu saya merupakan webmaster untuk department punya website, postgraduate website and even the research center website which I'm in. Yeah. Selain tu, I was also the postgraduate coordinator. I was involved with MQA, EAC. So bukan you guys je yang terlibat dengan EAC, MQA, COPA. Saya dulu pun among the people yang buat kerja-kerja MQA, EAC ni, draft paper, jumpa orang, survey and so on. And I was also the How to Get Yourself Employed coordinator, consultancy and training manager to research center. And untuk energy pula, ya, saya juga merupakan faculty energy manager and other various tasks. So in my opinion, all this is the things that have shaped me to who I am now. And I never regretted doing all this. Ya, contohnya bila saya jadi webmaster, I learned the art of marketing. Ya, I learned the art of how to use social media macam Facebook, LinkedIn. Sebelum ni kalau saya tak terlibat sebagai webmaster, tak pernah terfikir pun macam mana nak buat marketing kat dalam website and so on. But when I was forced to go into this type of jobs, then I learned all of this. About MQA, EAC pula is very important sebab kita nak belajar about sistem dalam universiti kita. Jadi bila kita terlibat sebagai committee, so that's the first thing kita akan learn about the system in the university and so on. And yang lagi penting juga, bila kita buat semua komiti-komiti task ni, kita jumpa staff-staff lain dalam kita punya department, dalam kita punya school ataupun fakulti, dalam kita punya university. And this is the time bagi saya untuk you jumpa seniors. Ya? Seniors, waktu ni lah you nak jumpa professor yang sebelum ni kalau you just buat research saja dalam lab you tak keluar daripada lab you just duduk buat lab saja, you won't meet these seniors. You won't meet this top management and so on. And top management pun takkan kenal you. Ya. So, bila kita buat admin task ni, ada orang rasa benda ni remeh, tak nak buat. Tapi bagi saya, benda ni sebenarnya is penting. Sebab this is the time untuk kita jumpa dengan seniors kita, dengan top management kita. Inilah masa kita nak buat bonding, nak buat networking, nak kenal orang. Ya? And this is the time when orang pun akan kenal kita dan bila kita kenal orang, kita bantu orang lain and so on, orang pun akan bantu kita balik. And it will help us throughout our progress of our career and so on. Yeah? So admin task is important and because I did all these admin tasks, I was appointed to be the director of Process System Engineering Center within 4 years time. Yeah, 4 years time. And bagi saya, kalau you continue untuk buat all this admin task, jadi coordinator ke apa, you can also be appointed as admin level slowly. Yeah? Mungkin mula-mula jadi ketua jabatan, lepas tu jadi TDA and so on. Yeah? And admin task is also very important, ya, sebab it teach you leadership skills, contohnya. It teach you how to network, which is very important. It teach you event management. Bagi saya ni pun satu benda yang penting, especially bila saya dah di leadership level. I do a lot of event management. And bila di peringkat kita buat admin task yang bawah-bawah ni, kita jadi committee and so on, that is where we learn and appreciate people. When we do event management, that is where we learn, okay, ni adalah benda-benda yang kita kena buat waktu nak organize a very successful event and so on. And of course, another important thing is, contohnya saya yang bekerja di bawah research center, I learned a lot on marketing, how to promote our research. And marketing is also important. Sebab kalau you tak pandai marketing, how do you convince industry, contohnya untuk beri research grant? How do you convince industry untuk beri consultancy projects and so on? So all this sebenarnya is built within you. Bila kita start with joining small committees, joining small admin, and of course you will climb up the ladder into leadership skill as time progress. Inshallah. So that's the first thing. Admin work. If you are given admin work, in my opinion, try to accept it. Try to do as best as you can within those admin jobs. Okay. Next is about teaching. Sebagai pensyarah, kita memang tak boleh lari daripada teaching. Even though you nak go 100% research, it's not going to be possible. Sebagai pensyarah, the bread and butter is always teaching. Teaching and learning for your students. And untuk menjadi seorang professor, regardless you pilih which track that you are going, the teaching track, research track and so on, you still have to do some amount of teaching. So sebagai pensyarah baru, early career pensyarah, you have to learn how to improve your teaching skills. So sekarang ni orang panggil the 21st century teacher skill. And ada banyak sangat cara untuk kita improvekan kita punya teaching skill, active learning, PBL and so on. So how do we improve our teaching skill? So at my time, I was lucky. I have ketua jabatan saya pada waktu tu adalah Prof. Hairia. Prof. Hairia, who mungkin some of you know, she's an expert in problem-based learning, active learning and cooperative learning and so on. And I was very lucky. Waktu saya masuk tu in the chemical engineering department, ketua jabatan pada waktu tersebut adalah Prof. Hairia. And I was assigned to be with her as a team teaching. So waktu tu dalam jabatan kami mengamalkan konsep team teaching. So what is team teaching? Team teaching is, contohnya saya pensyarah baru, so saya bukan macam guru. Kalau guru, you dah pergi maktab perguruan, so contohnya you dah belajar dah teknik-teknik mengajar. Tapi saya, contohnya sebagai seorang pelajar postgraduate yang baru habis, first time mengajar. I don't have teaching experience. Kalau ada pun mungkin just knowledge untuk present dalam conferences. So I don't have any knowledge on how to be a good teacher or lecturer or a very good, how can we teach people effectively. And in my opinion, team teaching is very effective. Workshop semua memang kena pergilah, active learning, PBL semua tu memang kena pergi. Tapi bagi saya yang paling efektif sekali, yang menyebabkan I feel that my teaching skill has improved tremendously is the team teaching approach. So waktu tu team teaching, I was assigned untuk dalam kelas dengan Prof. Haidah and I learned a lot from her, real time. So waktu tu memang saya dapat lihat, so dia mengamalkan konsep cooperative learning, PBL and active learning, and I have the opportunity to go hands-on, belajar. Waktu tu saya tak mengajar. Basically, I just observe and I just help her in her class. So, saya jadi facilitator and so on. But that is where I learn a lot. Bila kita observe, kita tengok macam mana dia ajar, kita tengok macam mana dia motivate student, kita tengok macam mana dia plan dia punya classes, how dia plan dia punya assessment. So I think doing the, actually feeling the real environment, you can learn and absorb more. And Alhamdulillah, I have the opportunity at that time to learn with the guru itself, which is Prof. Haira at that time. And we also published some papers, like this one I show. It was published in 2012. So waktu saya balik tu, I was lucky. I have a guru in teaching, very, very excellent guru. And all the things that I have learned with her at that time, so she was my mentor for teaching. I have incorporated in my classes. And as you can see, walaupun lepas tu saya dah tak team teaching dengan beliau, but saya masih mengamalkan the way she teach and so on. I incorporated and incorporate in all my other subjects like plant design and even until sekarang. So saya masih apply all the knowledge that I have learned in teaching. So bagi saya, kepada pensyarah-pensyarah baru, you have to polish up your teaching skills. And kalau your university or your department, you have seniors who are very good lecturers or who are very good teachers, teaching and learning person. Kalau your top management ataupun your ketua jabatan boleh attachkan you dengan this kind of lecturers, I think it will be very, very excellent and you can help to lift up your knowledge in teaching. Of course, kalau kita pergi kursus, kita still boleh belajar, tapi kadang-kadang susah kita nak apply atau praktikkan apa yang kita dah belajar. So team teaching is another tips kalau ketua-ketua jabatan kat sana mendengar. Right. The next thing is, I think we have to have this adaptation skill. Learn to adapt. Contohnya zaman sekarang ni, zaman COVID-19 ni, semua benda tengah ke arah online learning. And I never stop learning. Even though I would classify myself as an active researcher, but I never stop learning in teaching. So kalau you tengok, even before COVID-19, actually I have already start to go into MOOCs developments. So MOOCs adalah massive online learning, massive open course online learning. And I have already started to learn and to try to develop my own MOOCs at that time. 1 year ago saya dah start. So in my opinion, teaching ni is an ongoing learning process. Kita memang tak boleh stop. Akan datang, sekarang ni, we are going towards online learning. Akan datang lagi mungkin more advanced lagi, VR punya learning and so on. So we have to have this open mind yang kita memang sentiasa kena belajar benda baru, and we should always learn to learn to adapt to all these new teaching skills. So contohnya sekarang ni, everyone is going online. And I am also learning a lot from my university on how to develop online courses, online assessment, online videos and so on. So always be ready to adapt to any changes either in teaching and learning, and always try to improve yourself. Okay, so next one is research. So research is actually my bread and butter. I really love research. Teaching saya suka, but research is what I really love as an active researcher in UTM. Okay. Untuk yang baru balik daripada PhD ataupun yang baru nak join akademia, mungkin these are some of the questions you are asking yourself. Like, what research should I do? Waktu saya balik dulu ni antara benda-benda yang saya terfikir. So I don't know about you, but like myself, bila saya baru balik tu, okay, saya dah ada satu PhD. PhD saya expert lah dalam bidang topik yang saya dah belajar tu, dah study for 3 years contohnya. Tapi sekarang ni saya kena come out dengan research topic pula untuk student-student saya akan datang. So kat situ rasa macam buntu sekejap. Apa research saya nak buat? Right? And how to establish lab. Okay, dalam kes saya buat simulation. So I don't have problem in lab facilities. I just need a computer and I can go already. Tapi bagi rakan-rakan lain mungkin you bertanya, okay, saya tak ada lab lagi. Saya baru balik. Dulu mungkin saya belajar kat overseas, adalah lab dekat overseas. Tapi saya baru balik university. So how do I establish my lab facility? And another thing is how to get grants. Kalau you nak buat research, you nak beli research material, you nak bayar students you. So how do you get grants? And satu lagi, ni macam chicken and egg. Kalau grant dah dapat pula, macam mana nak dapat student? And student pula takkan datang kalau you tak ada duit contohnya. Of course, some students, they have their own scholarship ataupun father and mother yang support. Tapi some students, they don't. They don't, and they depends on scholarship or grants from us or the university or from Malaysia government. Right, so how to start up your research? Ni antara tips saya kalau you masih tak ada idea apa you nak buat untuk research topic. The easiest is bagi saya extend your PhD work. So sebelum ni bila maybe you dah buat PhD, you ada the senarai of recommendation. So the easiest part is always to start by extending your PhD work. Jangan tiba-tiba your PhD dalam ni, you terus jump ke dalam bidang lain. Kalau you nak jump ke dalam bidang lain tu, you boleh buat kemudian. Tapi kalau you baru start, Yeah, you don't have a lot of knowledge in other things yet. Yeah, so I suggest you to extend first your PhD works into other areas which is easier. Yeah, and the next thing you can do is, sebab you dah expert dalam bidang PhD you, is the next thing you can do for research is maybe to extend your research to other area by combining your expertise with another researcher expertise. So contohnya katakan my research was on some graphical method and another researcher maybe is expert in modeling. So kita boleh collaborate contohnya. Yeah? So saya ada expertise saya, dia ada expertise dia. So we share our expertise and that's how you can come out with another new research topic. Yeah? And you can co-supervise students together and you can also apply for joint grants. That is the first way, the first suggestions if you want to start up your research. Yeah. The next thing is about facilities. Yeah. Kalau university you dah ada existing facilities, contohnya katakan you perlu some labs, kemungkinan you boleh share dengan researcher lain kat dalam university tu, you. Ataupun kalau facility tu tak wujud lagi, there are actually several grants yang you boleh apply untuk you set up lab facilities macam IDB, MyLab and so on. Tapi kalau tak ada juga, tak dapat juga, dah apply grant ni tak dapat, the next best thing is contohnya kalau university you tak ada, then you have to think about collaborating with other researchers from other universities. So sebagai pensyarah ni, you have to be creative. Yeah? You cannot just look at one direction. Yeah? So contohnya plan A, minta grant, contohnya set up my own lab, tak berjaya. Plan B, contohnya, what is the next option you can go? So contohnya you kena pergi ke universiti lain, ya, cuba collaborate dengan other researchers from other universities which have facilities and so on. So there are many ways to do it. Yeah? Okay, and one important thing yang saya rasa amat penting is you have to join a research group or a research center or a research institute. So don't work alone. Yeah? So you baru balik PhD, yeah? Kalau you dah tahu you nak join group mana, that's very good. Yeah? But don't work alone. You don't work alone as pensyarah yang sendiri. You should join a research group and a research center ataupun institute. Why? Because first, that is where you can get your mentoring. Yeah? So contohnya research group atau research center tu dia dah ada professor yang senior. So he or she can mentor you, can help you. Contohnya you tak ada network, you tak ada network kat luar, kat industri semua. He or she can help you to network. He or she can guide you kalau you tak tahu macam mana nak start up your research, mana nak dapat facility, you tak familiar lagi dengan sistem university and many other things. So join a research group, you can get good mentoring. Another thing is research environment. Yeah? Kalau you kerja seorang-seorang, it's all about you. It's all about kalau you nak pun pergi attend kursus-kursus and so on. Tapi dalam research group atau research center, biasanya they have research environment. Kadang-kadang dia ada postgraduate seminar, kadang-kadang dia panggil orang untuk bagi talk. Dalam lab research center tu, contohnya student boleh discuss. So contohnya you ada student you stuck. Dia boleh discuss dengan kawan dia walaupun bukan pensyarah yang sama, dia boleh discuss dengan kawan-kawan lain. So the research environment is also very important when you join a research group ataupun research center. The next thing is research support. Bila you ada kawan-kawan lain dalam research group, research center, then you can work together, bukan alone. Contohnya you nak pergi pitch kepada industri untuk dapat grant. So kadang-kadang you kena pitch banyak industri untuk dapat satu grant. Kalau you work as a research group ataupun research center, you boleh distribute tasks. Mungkin some of you go to one industry, some others go to other industries. But of course, bila you pitch for the whole team ataupun for the whole research group. And bila you dapat grant ataupun you dapat project, so contohnya project tu tak relate dengan saya, so saya beri pada rakan saya lain yang dalam research group yang sama ataupun research center. So when you work in research group or research center, then you can get the needed research support from your colleagues ataupun peers kat dalam research group tersebut. You ada research environment, you ada mentor, and the best thing is you can work as a team untuk reduce you punya workload. So ada banyak benda yang you boleh strategize bersama bila you dalam research group ataupun research center. And yang best juga bila kita dalam research group and research center ni, You boleh buat macam-macam program. Contohnya majlis buka puasa, majlis raya, bila pergi industri, pergi ramai-ramai, ya. And then you boleh buat talk, ya. Yang kalau you buat talk kecil sangat, orang pun tak nak datang kan. So kalau you buat talk dalam research center, contohnya 20-30 orang yang datang. And kalau contohnya you organize events macam conference and so on, then all the whole team dalam research center tu can work together to make a successful event. Right, ni adalah some questions yang saya selalu dapat daripada rakan-rakan saya kadang-kadang. How to get research students, especially you baru balik daripada PhD, you tak ada track record lagi. Orang pun tak kenal you lagi. So how do you promote? Kalau research student ni biasanya dia pergi pada established researcher ataupun established professor. So you yang baru balik ni, contohnya, macam mana nak dapat research students? So those are common questions that we normally get. Ya. So bagi saya yang penting sekali kalau you nak dapat students is you kena ada online CV. Ya. Online CV ni penting sangat. Saya tengok ada some pensyarah, dia masih tak ada online CV. Saya cari search pasal pensyarah tu, tak dapat jumpa. Ya. So you imagine kalau you adalah seorang PhD student luar negara and you tengah cari prospective supervisor. Adakah you akan appoint seorang profesor atau seorang, tak kisahlah profesor ke pensyarah biasa, adakah you akan appoint seorang pensyarah yang you tak jumpa pun dia punya online CV? Tak kan? Yeah? So same thing. If you want to promote yourself, the first thing you kena ada is you kena ada online presence. And the least you should have is an online CV yang normally you punya department ataupun school akan buatkan untuk you. So pastikan you ada online CV, you ada online profile, and pastikan juga you update all your maklumat. So kalau you tak ada lagi Google Scholar ID ataupun Scopus ID, ResearchGate ID ataupun Pubload, then I suggest you to make one ataupun to register for one. Yeah? Because that is the first thing yang student akan search kalau dia nak cari seorang supervisor. Yeah? The next thing is promote. Yeah? You have to promote your research and postgraduate vacancy. And where is the best place to promote your research expertise actually? It's actually in your classes. Yeah? So contohnya saya mengajar undergraduate classes. Saya mengajar contohnya plan design classes tahun 4. Yeah? So what happened is waktu mengajar tu saya mengajar biasa, tapi before kelas saya tamat pada tahun 4 tu saya akan promote kepada student saya. Ya, yang tahun 4 tu, okay, siapa yang berminat nak further study, saya buat research ni, and saya ada research grant and so on. Yeah, and so kalau you berminat, boleh come and talk to me. Yeah, so using your classes to promote your research is actually the best way to do marketing. Sebab student tu dia dah go through the whole semester dengan you. Dia dah kenal you contohnya. So they know you, and if they are comfortable with you, they will apply to do postgraduate study with you. The second way is kalau you ada PSM student contohnya. Yeah? So kalau you ada PSM student, you can also try to invite them to further their study to postgraduate study by extending their research and so on. The next thing is you boleh cuba juga advertisement website. Yeah? So ada banyak advertisement website. So advertisement website ni bukan je untuk kita promote kerja-kerja dekat company and so on. Sebenarnya you pun boleh guna this advertisement website untuk cari postgraduate student. Ya, tapi kebanyakan website kat luar tu kalau you nak advertise you kena bayar, tapi ada juga yang tak perlu bayar. So you can explore this advertisement website untuk iklankan any vacancy of research yang you ada. Yeah. And the next thing is of course to use social media websites. Kalau you ada undergraduate dan postgraduate WhatsApp group ataupun FB group, walaupun student yang dah graduate, you can still promote your vacancy in those groups in order for you to outreach them. Yeah. Right. So next is okay. Kadang-kadang kita tak ada grant, ya. Kalau dapat pun mungkin grant kecil. So but you have to publish paper, ya. You have to publish paper. So you tak ada grant, nak dapat student pun kadang-kadang susah nak dapat, ya. So what can you do to start up your research? So kalau tak dapat lagi master ataupun PhD student by full research, cadangan saya is you boleh gunakan final year project students untuk start up your research ataupun master by thought course dan master by mixed mode. So biasanya master by thought code ataupun master by mixed mode ni, they have the dissertation that they have to do. So macam saya, bila saya baru start certain research, so saya akan start dulu dengan menggunakan undergraduate PSM project ataupun master by dissertation ataupun by mixed mode student. And bila research tu dah stabilize, baru kita apply untuk grant contohnya, ataupun student-student PSM dan master ni kita boleh promote untuk their further study to master or PhD studies. And lastly is you should always collaborate. So kalau you sendiri tak dapat student, you can collaborate with contohnya senior. Maybe ada senior lecturer yang mungkin contohnya ramai orang apply kat dia hingga dia pun tak menang tangan. So what you can do is contohnya kalau you dalam research group, you punya some of your research members yang lain, so kemungkinan they have access to a lot of students yang selalu apply. So what you can do is you can also co-supervise with these researchers yang lain-lain. So those are some sample ways if you want to get research students. Right, so ni saya tunjuk, ni contoh online CV yang saya ada. So you can see I have my biography there, I have my list of publications, list of students and so on. Right, how to get grants. So the next thing yang saya nak talk is, so tadi kita cakap about students and apa research topic. Sekarang ni I want to talk about how can you get grants. And grants ni ada banyak. Kita ada university grant, national grant, industrial grant and international grant. So kalau university grant ni saya rasa saya tak payah kupas banyak sangat sebab normally the universities will help you to get the grants. So either it's a new startup lecturer punya grant and so on. Tapi university grant ni biasanya is easier to get, especially kalau you adalah research universities. The next one is national grant. National grant ni biasanya lebih kompetitif, FRGS, LRGS and so on. And national grant ni memang kena apply. Kalau ada call of proposal, just try. And go for any talks untuk improvekan how to write a good research proposal and so on. And always have a database of proposals. So dulu saya pernah belajar daripada Prof Datuk Seri Arzaini Ujang. Dulu waktu tu he was our dean of School of Chemical Engineering, and then lepas tu dia jadi TNCPI, and then after that he was a VC, and now he has gone further up the ministry. And among the things that I remember he taught me, so he was also a mentor for me in my opinion, is that he told me that you need to write more than 100 proposal per month. Although saya memang tak buatlah sampai 100 proposal a month, but you should have at least any ideas you dah ready dalam bentuk proposal ataupun ideas. And this database you boleh gunakan bila-bila you dapat call untuk these grants and so on. Right. Biasanya national grant is up to your luck. So kadang-kadang apply dapat, kadang-kadang apply tak dapat. And reason macam-macam lah. Either proposal tak cukup kuat ataupun sebab duit sikit, so it becomes so much competitive. And it's very, very competitive to apply for national grants. Bagi saya, you should actually focus on industrial grants wherever possible. Sebab industrial grant is actually less competitive in my opinion. Industrial grant ni, kalau you baik dengan satu company for example, and company tu dah trust you, normally he will give you projects again and again after that. But first of course, you kena gain the trust of that industry. So industrial grant ni yang bagus juga, you tak compete dengan orang lain. So katakan you dah pitch kepada satu industry and that industry buy your idea, insyaAllah you akan dapat because it's like one-to-one negotiation. So that company, dia akan award you that contract directly. So it's all about you ataupun your research team pitching to the industries to get those grants. Kalau national grant ni, you compete. Beratus ribu orang apply. Kalau industrial grant ni, sekarang you rajin, you pandai negotiate, you pandai pitch, and you know which company you nak approach, the competition is less and the likelihood untuk dapat is there, insyaAllah. But of course, it depends on the company punya income, the company punya policy, whether they want to give industrial grants and so on. So the next question is how to get industrial grants. How to get industrial grants. So antara cadangan-cadangan yang saya boleh beri is first you boleh utilize internship visits. So macam saya daripada engineering department, so we have our EAC requirement and student-student kami have to go for internship to various industries. So what happen is saya biasa akan volunteer untuk visit the internship students. So bila kita volunteer to visit this internship students, kita akan dapat access untuk visit the companies that the students work in. And yang bagusnya, kita boleh liaise dengan the students to set up a meeting with their top management. So kalau you pandai utilize, you jangan guna internship visit ni just untuk tanya student about their internship progress. Utilize also this internship visit untuk meet top management of the company. And at the same time, you can pitch maybe your research or maybe your research group research kepada company-company tersebut. The next thing is, if your university ada double tax exemption dan matching grant, use it. Use it for you to pancing ataupun use it for you to negotiate with the companies in order to dia macam carrot lah. So you bagi tahu dekat company yang you pitching tu, kalau contohnya you beri saya 100,000 research grant, you can get double tax exemption of 200,000 research grant for your tax. So in that way, companies tu pun macam, oh bestnya, saya bukan je bila beri research grant kepada researcher ni, I get single tax exemption, I get double tax exemption, and at the same time, I get the output of the research. So isn't it wonderful? And then lagi satu, university pula mungkin bagi matching grant lah untuk bantu. So it's like a carrot which the industries can get multiple benefits. So if you know how to pitch properly with the industries, the likelihood untuk dapat insyaAllah ada. And another important thing is when you go for industrial grant, kadang-kadang, especially kalau company baru yang tak kenal you lagi. So jangan ambitious sangat terus nak minta grant 1 juta contohnya daripada industri. So don't do that. So normally industrial grant, you have to gain the trust of the industries dulu. And normally how to gain the trust, sometimes kita start small dulu. And however small you start, either you start dengan maybe undergraduate student attachment dulu, buat small research, ataupun you just buat some small research with the company. Make sure that you deliver. So kalau you promise A at the time, make sure you deliver on time. Jangan pula nanti you promise macam-macam bunga-bunga dekat industri, lepas tu you tak deliver. So kalau you dah promise bunga-bunga and then you tak deliver, jangan haraplah industri akan go back to you after that. So building trust is very important, and making sure you deliver on time is also important. And sometimes, if possible, give extra kepada industri. Sebab industri ni bila you give extra, mereka akan rasa tu hutang budi. And when you give extra, they will come back again to you again and again, insyaAllah. And another important thing is, of course, you have to learn to pitch to industries on how to sell your research, and you have to also learn how to negotiate to get industrial grants and so on. So yang tu is another different talk. Okay, untuk international grants, this is even more harder to get bagi saya compared to national grants. Again, there are a lot of international grants. Kalau you ada research management center of your university, I believe you get so many call for proposals untuk macam-macam international grant. Tapi international grant ni, kalau nak dapat, the first thing you kena ada is networking. So contohnya you nak apply Newton grant, you kena kenal orang dekat UK. You nak apply contohnya JICA ataupun SATRAPS, you kena kenal someone dekat Jepun. So kalau you nak apply international grant, the first thing yang you kena ada is you kena ada network at those country yang you nak apply. And building network is another story yang saya nak cerita lepas ni. So bagi saya, international grant is good, tapi before you go for any international grant, first thing you have to do is you have to build your international network out there. How to build this international network? Ada banyak cara. Contohnya kalau sebelum ni you belajar kat overseas, ex-supervisor you tu, you keep in contact. So contohnya you belajar kat Europe. So ex-supervisor you can be your collaborator for this research grant. Kalau ada buka satu research grant antara Malaysia and negara of your supervisor. Ex-student, ya. So contohnya you ada student international, Iran ke, daripada Kuwait ke, ataupun daripada mana-mana universiti. These ex-students, ya, they after they go back to their country, for example, and then maybe they themselves become a lecturer, ya, ataupun some other researchers, or maybe they work in the industries. So if you keep on in contact with these students, ya, so inshallah you can again use this networking to apply any grants, international grants akan datang. And selain daripada tu, if you want to build network, ada banyak cara lagi. So, kalau you tak ada ex-supervisor ataupun ex-student daripada negara tu, is you can find these networks via conferences ataupun, dan conference ni boleh diadakan di luar negara ataupun di Malaysia. Ya, so contohnya kalau you attend international conference kat luar negara, you jumpa profesor-profesor yang terkemuka, maybe yang bagi plenary and keynote and so on. So you can invite them to your university as visiting lecturers and so on. And contohnya kalau you organize conference pula di Malaysia, maybe the best thing you can do is you should volunteer as a liaison officer. Ya, jangan apply untuk jadi AJK makanan ke apa. Kalau boleh, volunteer untuk jadi liaison officer yang liaise dengan pensyarah-pensyarah luar negara yang you invite sebagai plenary ataupun keynote untuk you punya conferences yang dianjurkan oleh maybe your school ataupun departments and so on. Ya. Kenapa you perlu jadi liaison officer? Sebab bila you jadi liaison officer, you are the person yang paling rapat sekali dengan top professors yang dijemput ni. You are the person yang akan kontak dengan profesor ni, yang akan bawa profesor ni pergi makan, contohnya pastikan dia punya perjalanan semua lancar and so on. And profesor ni, kalau dia tak kenal lah ataupun tak ingat lah orang lain kat dalam conference tu, insyaAllah dia akan kenal you, yang jaga dia punya makan minum and so on dari awal sampai akhir. So being a liaison officer also helps you to make very good connection and very good bond with this kind of professors yang you boleh buat long term relationships. Ya. Other ways is you can apply. Yeah? So contohnya katakan your universities ada opening untuk you buat postdoc kat luar negara, ataupun ada banyak fellowship untuk attachment kat luar sana. Yeah? So if you have the opportunity, go for it. Yeah? Kalau you boleh attach postdoc kat mana-mana university kat luar sana, go for it. And again, that is actually an opportunity untuk you buat some networking with international people. Yeah? And kalau contohnya you tak boleh nak pergi. So contohnya saya dah ada anak, contohnya memang tak boleh lah untuk saya buat postdoc ataupun fellow kat luar negara. So what I do is I attach my students instead. So contohnya saya ada PhD student, ya. So contohnya student saya attachkan 1 bulan at certain universities with certain professors. So that is also a way for us to create network by doing joint publication, and then you boleh buat attachment of students and so on. So international grants ni, dia bukannya datang macam tu je. First thing is you kena establish international network. And bila dah ada international network tu, grant yang datang, you tengok yang mana yang sesuai dengan international network yang mana, and then you try to apply for it. And insyaAllah, yelah, of course it's still very competitive, but at least kalau you dah ada international network, that is already your first step to apply for all these international grants. Okay. So, international conference is very important. So macam saya tak attend any international conference. So memang saya ada duit research grant. So research grant kadang-kadang kita boleh attend 1 atau 2 international conference. It depends on how many grants you have. And bila saya attend international conference, I don't just go to any international conference because, for example, saya nak attend sebab saya nak jalan-jalan. Yeah? So contohnya saya pergi sebab saya nak jalan ke Paris. So saya cari satu international conference kat Paris. So that is not how we strategize to go to international conference. So saya cuma attend contohnya international conference yang dihadiri oleh top professor. So biasanya top professor ni dia tak pergi banyak-banyak conference kecil-kecil. Dia biasanya pergi 1 atau 2 main conference yang memang main. Contohnya kalau chemical engineering, which one is the main in chemical engineering yang dia akan pergi yang dia boleh jumpa kawan-kawan top professors yang lain. And these are the kind of conferences yang you kena target. Kalau you nak buat proper networking, jangan pergi mana-mana conference yang kecil-kecil. Pergi conferences yang ada top professors, because those are the locations where you can make very good contacts and can get very good things. Yeah. And of course, the most important also, bila you hadir mana-mana international conference ni, mingle and network with others. Yeah. So don't just stick dengan kawan-kawan daripada universiti sama yang pergi sekali. Make sure you don't sit with your orang yang you kenal. In fact, sit dalam meja profesor-profesor lain, tak kenal muka pun tak apa. Just tebalkan muka, tanya khabar, perkenalkan diri you, perkenalkan research you, and then kalau you hadir their talks, maybe plenary, keynote, so try to start up some conversation ke arah research tu, bagi your opinion, suggestions, and so on. Yeah. So that is how we start to have some networks with professors and so on outside our. And macam mana you nak lagi create the bond dia, sebab kalau you just talk to the professor tanya soalan, mungkin bond dia tak sampai. Bond dia tak sampai. Okay, lepas dia balik tu dia dah lupalah pada you. So what you can do is, if contohnya your university ada some funding, you can invite them to as a visiting professor, maybe untuk 2 weeks datang ke your university. Ataupun kalau you organize conference and that person is a top professor, you jemput dia sebagai plenary and keynote speaker, and after that, like I said, become a liaison officer. And another thing is, kalau professor tu, contohnya research is very related to you, then try to propose to maybe start by jointly write a paper between your student ataupun student dia, and then maybe you boleh offer juga untuk attach your student to them, and so on. So kalau nak create bond ni, it's not just about asking questions during presentation yang dia bagi waktu conference, but it's also about how kita boleh create a stronger bond, macam organizing, macam co-supervising students and so on. And bila professor ni dah kenal you, and bila you dah create that bond, then waktu tu InsyaAllah, so katakan top professor ni dia ada banyak network. Dia mungkin editor journal. Dia mungkin international committee punya very prolific people dalam international committee. So dia akan invite you untuk join sekali international committee dekat international, and dia mungkin akan invite you untuk jadi keynote speaker pula untuk conference yang dia organize. Dan kalau dia adalah editor kepada journals, mungkin dia akan invite you sebagai guest editor as a start, and then so on. So it's very, very important untuk kita create bond with these professors. So saya bagi contoh, ni adalah Prof. Yiri Klemesh and Prof. Pita Babanov. So Prof. Yiri, we started our collaboration with Prof. Yiri Klemesh sejak dia berada di University of Pannonia. So it was in 2011. We invited him as a plenary speaker dalam satu conference in Malaysia. So waktu tu saya pun memang kenal Prof. Yiri Klemesh ni hanya daripada publication dia. So waktu tu just hantar satu email, kata kami nak sponsor, kami invite dia untuk plenary speaker, and waktu tu dia datang. And bila dia datang tu, we work as a liaison officer, macam saya kata, kita organize talks untuk dia, kita bawa dia jalan, kita bawa dia jumpa student kita discuss research, and Alhamdulillah, after the conference which we invite him as the plenary speaker, it's spin off into so many projects. So sampai sekarang ni, I have already co-supervised with him about 7 PhD students. Well, dan sekarang ni, he already went to Brno University of Technology. And we also, he was also awarded the honorary professor daripada UTM, disebabkan oleh banyaknya kolaborasi kami dengan beliau. And these are some examples of the things yang you boleh tengok, so many things kita dapat, because we are very good, we are very nice to him, and he also dia rasa macam tu hutang budi kepada kita and so on. So it's spin off into so many things. So to date saya dah publish about 72 journal papers dengan beliau, 4 books, dan dia bantu untuk join editorial board member of various journals. And dia bantu juga untuk invite sebagai keynote, plenary, organize conference. Kadang-kadang dia sponsor lagi kita punya trip pergi ke university dia ataupun conference and event dia. And kita juga apply international grants and so on with him. So this is an example of how if you have very good bond with certain professors internationally, it can spin off into a lot of successful collaboration. And Prof. Giri Klemesh, I would say, is among another mentor, yang saya amat hutang budi, and I learned a lot from him in terms of international collaboration, international research, and so on. Alright.
Prof, ada lagi 10 minit, Prof.
2 minit, okay. So saya cepatkanlah. Okay, so the next one is publications. Okay, publications ni saya rasa most of you dah biasa dengar lah publication punya talks. Tapi kalau you nak publish banyak paper, the strategy now, sebab you adalah pensyarah bukan student, is you have to get your students to write. It's not you yang write anymore, right? You should facilitate. You should improve your students' writing. You should give suggestions and so on. But what happened is you should ask your students to write. Yeah. And if you're not good in English, get a proofreader. And if you're still rasa macam experience untuk writing tu tak cukup lagi, co-write with others. And bila you submit journals, always submit based on the quality of the work of the students. So tak semua research paper student you sesuai untuk setiap Q1 journal. So kalau kalau journal tu contohnya rasanya tak cukup syarat, then go for Q3 journals, corpus cited journal and so on. And kalau you pergi conferences, cuba cari conferences yang ada special issue journals, and of course the key is to submit and always try to improve your writing skills. Yeah. And also co-supervise and co-write with others. And another thing is, kalau you nak go for professorship, H index is very important. And if you want to get high H index, you can increase your citation. So it's not about writing a paper only. It's also about how to get high citations for your work. And kalau you nak dapat high citation for your work, you kena write dalam Scopus ataupun ISI journal. Sebab in that way, your research will be more visible. And make sure you update your CV, Google Scholar and so on. And another way is cite your own work first. Yeah, of course yang relevant to the work which you are doing. And then biasanya lepas tu, kalau you dah publish banyak paper, people will also cite your work after that. Yeah. And kalau you nak high citation, consider writing a review paper and be a good reviewer as well. And kadang-kadang bila you jadi reviewer ni, you boleh juga suggest 1 or 2 of your papers kalau paper tu adalah berkaitan dengan that review which you are doing. Yeah, so you can also use a review to get cited and so on. Yeah, and of course sekarang ni kalau you tengok kebanyakan journals, kalau you dah publish, they give you a link which you can promote your research in social media and so on. So please utilize those promotion, to promote your work in social media and so on. So ni contoh my profiles, so pastikan you ada semua Google Scholar ni, Scopus profile, ResearchGate and so on. Alright. Next yang saya nak highlight is about research to commercialization. Okay, so sekarang ni you dah publish paper, contohnya kerja you dah cited, you pun ada grant, but how do you convert your research to commercialization? So this is what people call nowadays, which is translational research. Yeah. So commercialization ni, bagi saya, you tak boleh lari. Kalau you nak go for professorship, kalau boleh lah. So commercialization ni is important. Bila you do your research, make sure you plan. Yeah. So jangan buat research sekadar berhenti sebagai satu research paper. Think about how your research can be converted into future products. Yeah. So how is it you can move from fundamental research to progressive research, and last kali sampai menjadi satu produk. Yeah. So what happen is you have to do a good market survey even before you start your research. So it's not only about finding the research gap and finding the research needs, but it's also about looking if what you are doing is what the world needs, and bukannya satu just publication exercise yang last bila you dah publish pun tak ada value untuk you commercializekan and so on. And of course, you kena patent and copyright your work. And kalau boleh buat prototype, software atau demo. And after that, promote your patent ataupun copyright kepada companies yang nak commercialize your product ataupun start up. Yeah? Ataupun you can also start up your own company. And another important thing is you have to learn to write a business plan and pitch your idea. And kalau you boleh join Inatex, for example, ataupun let's say your universities have exhibitions, internal exhibitions, I suggest you to join it. Ya? Walaupun tak menang dapat gold, first time masuk, mungkin tak dapat bronze ataupun silver, but that is your first step untuk learn how to commercialize your product and to tune your mind. Ya? Sebab sebelum ni kita duk fikir research je. Sekarang ni sebenarnya bila you nak buat commercialization, you kena tune you punya mindset ke arah business angle pula. And thinking from business angle tak sama dengan thinking from a research angle. Ya? Businessman punya thinking ataupun entrepreneur punya thinking is not the same. Yeah, because you have to think about marketing, you have to think about who is your customer, you have to think about who are your competitors, what are the niche of your products, what are the benefit, how you can pitch and so on. And bagi saya semua ni adalah amat penting, and I believe your ICC in your respective universities ada memberi guidance on how to do all this. Yeah. So in my journey from PhD to professorships, besides doing research, I also go for commercialization. So I attend a lot of business plan training. I have applied various commercialization grants. So contohnya Superb Teraju, HIP2, yeah, MTDC and so on. And I also joined business plan competitions, yeah, just to push myself to do a good business plan. And alhamdulillah, we won national level for business plan competition at that time. And go for coaching. Yeah? So nak jadi entrepreneur ni memang kalau kita tak ada mindset, memang tak senang. So you have to go and learn, yeah, from coaches. Yeah? So ada banyak coaches. Macam saya ada coach daripada Superb Teraju who teach me about entrepreneurships. And once you know how to commercialize your product, you should also teach it to your postgraduate students. Sebab result ataupun produk daripada postgraduate students you yang nanti you pun boleh commercializekan, and at the same time they can also be the future entrepreneur. Ya, so contohnya kemungkinan tak ada company luar yang nak take up you punya produk yang you dah buat. So kemungkinan student ni yang nanti akan create spin-off company and bantu you untuk jual instead. So they can be the entrepreneur. They don't have to be researchers semuanya. They don't have to be lecturers semuanya. They can also be entrepreneur. Okay, so basically saya memang train student saya ke arah this entrepreneurship thinking ataupun commercialized thinking. So produk yang student saya develop ni simple je, Excel based software. Ya, so contohnya student saya buat modeling, student saya buat graphical work. So they develop Excel based software daripada their research. Lepas tu they apply untuk copyright. Lepas tu saya ajar dia buat business plan untuk produk tu. And after that, they have to do market survey for that product. They have to get letter of interest from the industries. And saya pastikan student saya ni join Inatex dan other international exhibitions. So kalau tu produk student A contohnya, saya akan minta juniors dia untuk join sekali supaya juniors akan belajar. So akan datang nanti juniors tu pula yang akan masuk Inatex untuk their research and so on. Yeah. And saya juga minta student saya belajar macam mana nak buat marketing materials, brochure, poster, video, product packaging untuk software dia, produk dia and so on. And how to pitch, yeah, to layman, judges and investors. Yeah. And me myself with my team, yeah, we also have established a spin-off company. Yeah. So we don't just copyright atau patent. Kami memang go up to spin-off company, and our spin-off company was established in 2014 called Optimal System Engineering. And ni contoh-contoh software yang tim kami telah hasilkan, ya, Optimal Heat. So kebanyakan software ni adalah resource conservation software. This is eSmart. Yeah, so some of this software dapat grant. So contohnya yang ni saya dapat grant Superb Teraju. And we implement it in industries. Ya. So ni another project kami buat ships emission management system dengan Lembaga Pelabuhan Johor. So ada banyak products yang you boleh develop, and don't just stop at research. Kalau you ada opportunity, go until commercialization stage. Ya. So sebenarnya banyak lagi tapi masa kita tak ada masa. I'll skip this. Tapi basically saya nak cakap you should also join consultancy services, and consultancy services ni penting sebab contohnya saya tak buat internship, ya. So sekarang ni kan ada keperluan you kena buat 1 tahun LI internship, tapi disebabkan saya join banyak consultancy project, so I do not need to do that internship. And in fact, I have obtained my IR ataupun chartered engineer at the age of 30 years old. So yang ni actually is a story on its own. Yeah. And another thing is you kalau boleh be involved as professional trainers, trainers untuk industri punya training. So don't just teach students, teach also industries about your research and so on. So kalau you ada opportunity untuk jadi trainers, so please go for it. And of course, the next one is community service. So kalau boleh, join, jangan just confine to your university punya committees. So join professional society, join NGOs kalau boleh, contribute back your knowledge and energy no matter how big or small. So contohnya saya join Young Engineer Group untuk ICAME dan Young Scientist Network, and we organize various events dalam this kind of professional societies. And working with these professional societies also open your network with other universities yang sebelum ni mungkin tak pernah collaborate dengan universiti lain. Bila you join professional societies ni, inilah masa nak kenal orang kat USM, orang kat UM, orang kat UKM and so on, and create network with them. And bila you buat project, lagi rapat you akan jadi dengan mereka. Right, and of course, try to expand your international reputation. So contohnya kalau you boleh jadi guest editor untuk journal, so be it. Kalau boleh join jadi international scientific committee, join jadi international scientific committee untuk various conferences. And lastly, my final tips is make sure you plan, have a goal and target. So katakan you punya goal you nak jadi PM dalam masa 5 tahun, so make sure you plan for it. Maksudnya kalau contohnya you tahu requirement untuk jadi PM, you perlu dapat this amount of journals and so on. So kalau ada yang masih kurang, then make sure you check your planning from time to time. Adakah you cukup syarat? Jangan nanti contohnya dah 5 tahun baru you check requirement untuk naik pangkat, and then last you tengok, alamak, saya tak ada satu book chapter lagi contohnya. So at that time dah terlepas dah 1 tahun contohnya, you kena tunggu 1 tahun lagi baru boleh apply. So never do something last minute. Although you buat all your 7 P's, tapi pastikan juga yang you tengok apa requirement yang you masih tak cukup, and work for it as well. And learn how to communicate well, because presentation skill is very important in all aspects of life. Always try to polish your leadership skills. Learn to delegate, and you do not have to excel everything in one go. Macam saya tak buat semua yang saya dah explain tadi dalam, contohnya saya baru masuk jadi pensyarah, tahun tu saya buat semua. Tak. So basically you do it gradually. Take your time to master each skill. So contohnya awal-awal saya masuk tu, saya fokus more pada admin, improving my teaching skills. Lepas tu saya go into learning how to be a good director at that time. And then after tu saya jadi research focus. And lepas saya jadi research focus, I start to go internationally, establishing network. And last kali bila my research is already stabilized, then I go for commercialization focus. So you can see that I didn't do everything in one go. Everything was done step by step, and I tried each one step by step. So jangan try to cram everything in one go. And learn to have good time management. And don't do everything by yourself. Learn to delegate tasks. Learn to work together as a team. And whatever you do, don't neglect your family. So family ni amat penting. Saya pun ada anak kecil, and toleransi antara husband dan wife pun sangat penting. So if you have a very supportive husband like myself, alhamdulillah, so try to balance between life and work. So jangan kerja sampai tengah malam contohnya. Like myself, when I go home, my time when I go home is for my family. Waktu saya dekat office, saya kerja. So never ever neglect family to excel in your work. And another important thing is your health. So jangan disebabkan oleh lama banyak sangat deadline, segala benda nak kejar, and last you sendiri yang sakit, high blood pressure, sakit jantung and so on. Take care of yourself. That is very important. Macam saya, kalau saya sakit kepala ke migraine ke, then I just put off everything. Just have a rest and so on. So your health is very important. So make sure you take care of your health. Make sure you take care of your family. University still akan run regardless of you ada ke tak ada. And lastly, kita sebagai pensyarah ni, kita memang akan sentiasa cari kerja sendiri. So you sebagai pensyarah, you boleh choose basically. You nak mengajar je ke, you nak excel semua 7P, ataupun you nak focus commercialization. Actually pensyarah ni, that is the beauty of jadi pensyarah. You boleh pilih you nak excel in mana, you nak fokus in mana, and that is up to you if you want to do it ataupun tak nak. And sometimes it's just a never ending work. Ya, ni orang katakan nanang sampai job burn and so on. So if you need to rest, then just do so. University takkan end without you. Tapi apa-apa pun, if you are given amanah by the university and others, try to do it as best as you can within your capability. So that's all from me. Thank you very much. Dan saya minta maaf lah saya terlajak masa sikit. And good luck to everyone. And I hope segala yang baik daripada saya, segala yang baik daripada Allah dan apa yang tak betul tu adalah daripada diri saya. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih semua.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih kepada Prof atas presentation yang eye-opening dan mesmerizing. Sepatutnya 40 minit sahaja pembintangan Prof dan 20 minit question and answer, tapi kalau saya stopkan Prof pada minit yang ke-40 tadi, mesti ramai yang akan marah kepada saya lah. Jadi saya berhasrat untuk meneruskan sampai sejam lebih sikit. However, it's okay Prof, it's very rich and mesmerizing lah. Okay, ada beberapa soalan yang ditanya di YouTube live punya chat box. Kalau Prof boleh tengok pada live comments di sebelah kanan tu. Tapi tak apa, saya tolong bacakan untuk Prof.
Okay.
Ada dua soalan yang bertanya tentang mereka yang dah habis PhD dan bekerja sebagai postdocs dan masih belum mendapat tempat sebagai pensyarah di universiti. Jadi apakah nasihat Prof kepada mereka yang dah ada PhD dan mencari tempat sebagai lecturer di universiti kita?
Alright, untuk postdoc yang mungkin dah habis postdoc ataupun tengah buat postdoc lagi, I admit memang sekarang ni the competitive inside the university is very tough. So, contohnya kebanyakan universiti sekarang ni memang susah sangat nak dapat post, especially kalau universiti macam UTM kadang-kadang memang susah. Tapi kalau you notice sekarang ni sebenarnya ramai yang dah mula bersara. So sometimes it's just about applying for the right time and never giving up. So waktu saya dulu pun memang saya apply banyak positions and kalau nasib baik memang kita dapat. So never give up in applying and don't stop exploring in satu tempat saja. So kadang-kadang lah, contohnya lah bila kita baru start bekerja ni, kita tak boleh memilih. So contohnya kalau boleh lah, contohnya saya nak kerja dekat dengan family. Tapi kadang-kadang bila kita baru start nak apply kerja ni, we cannot dalam comfort zone. Nak contohnya apply kat Johor je. Kemungkinan kita nak apply, kita boleh try apply kerja kat Penang, kat KL, universiti swasta, universiti kerajaan. So awal-awal tu kadang-kadang we cannot choose. We cannot choose. Lepas you dah establish yourself, you nak tukar universiti, you boleh tukar universiti. Tapi in my opinion, kalau you nak start up your career, sometimes yang awal-awal tu you cannot choose. And kalau contohnya you dah apply banyak juga tak dapat, actually why do you have to stop as being a pensyarah contohnya? So contohnya sekarang ni online learning. Banyak sangat orang offer online learning. And sebenarnya contohnya lah kalau you pergi banyak website macam Udemy and so on, you sebenarnya kalau you pandai mengajar, you boleh buat online courses pun boleh. So maksudnya sekarang ni you tak payah pun join university, you still boleh mengajar orang lain, you create video, you create online teaching and so on, you post dalam the online platform and you boleh dapat pembayaran pun daripada all these online courses if you are very good. So it's all about your creativity. So sometimes contohnya, kenapa you nak jadi pensyarah? Adakah disebabkan you nak jadi researcher? Adakah memang sebab you nak jadi pensyarah? So kalau contohnya you memang minat teaching, so maybe you boleh buat online video instead kalau you tak dapat jadi post pensyarah. And contohnya kalau you minat research, ataupun kalau you minat research, you tak semestinya jadi pensyarah, you boleh apply jadi researcher. And so there are various way. And kalau contohnya you still tak dapat, then you can still enhance yourself. Maybe pergi kepada, katakanlah sebab you tak dapat post tu, so contohnya you postdoc, you mungkin publication you ada 4 atau 5. Candidate lain pula ada 20 publication. Macam mana you nak compete dengan dia? You ada 5 publication, candidate seorang lagi tu ada 20 publication. So what I will do, contohnya, I will enhance myself. So contohnya lah, candidate lain tak ada IR, tak ada professional engineer. So saya pergi attach dengan industri 1 tahun contohnya. Lepas saya attach dengan industri tu, contohnya saya apply IR. So maybe saya kerja sekejap dalam industri, saya dapat IR. So sekarang ni bila saya apply untuk masuk universiti, bukan saja saya ada papers, tapi saya juga ada IR. So saya increase my likelihood untuk dapat. Sebab contohnya universiti sekarang ni, dia memang perlukan orang yang ada IR. So dia tak cukup orang ada IR untuk EAC. So kalau orang tu ada IR, lagi senang nak dapat. So jangan stop just at postdoc and publication. Enhance your other skills, marketing skills, contohnya industrial punya knowledge, dapatkan IR and so on. And saya rasa insyaAllah that will increase your competitiveness untuk dapat that post compare dengan candidate-candidate lain. Of course, this is an open competition. You memang kena compete in terms of communication skills and so on bila you apply for jobs. Yeah?
Okay, thank you Prof. Another question adalah apabila kita ni terlalu sibuk dengan kerja-kerja admin, bagaimana kita nak membahagikan masa untuk nak buat research and consultation, because we have minimum time sebab asyik banyak dilambatkan dengan kerja-kerja admin, especially untuk pensyarah yang muda lah. Apa pendapat Prof?
Thank you very much. Okay, admin ni memang macam saya kata lah, I did not do everything from the work. Biasanya saya memang work dalam research team. So admin ni memang banyak. So waktu saya awal masuk ke admin work memang banyak. Tapi waktu tu kita young and energetic. Waktu tu pun family saya belum start betul-betul lagi. So what happened is you kena pandai bahagikan masa lah. So waktu tu kadang-kadang waktu awal dulu memang saya kerja sampai malam. So I admit waktu awal first PhD tu, the first few years memang I was very workaholic. Saya kerja sampai malam, weekend pun kena saya kerja. But after that certain period of time, I start to slow down everything and to do something with the family. So admin ni memang penting. And kalau contohnya you memang terlalu banyak yang diberi oleh you punya ketua jabatan and so on, then at that time you mungkin kena start to negotiate with your ketua jabatan untuk shut off kalau terlalu banyak lah. So you kena tahu diri you sendiri. So kalau you rasa terlalu banyak, you kena talk with your ketua jabatan and negotiate. Sebab kadang-kadang some of the works orang lain pun boleh buat. Tapi disebabkan maybe you bagus, you rajin, you deliver, so ketua jabatan you mungkin akan beri those tasks to you. Tapi at certain point, if you feel that is too much, you should talk to your ketua jabatan so that ketua jabatan you boleh faham and start to distribute those works to others as well, selain daripada you. Untuk consultancy and research, consultancy ni dia biasanya adalah quite seasonal. So consultancy ni dia tak sepanjang tahun dapat. So contohnya bila saya buat consultancy projects, biasanya consultancy tu dia certain period je dia heavy. So contohnya 3 bulan. 3 bulan tu, waktu consultancy period tu memang berat sangat. Waktu tu memang kita kena fokus, pergi site selalu, and then kita kena monitor. So, and then satu lagi consultancy ni, you jangan work alone. Consultancy ni kita kena employ orang. Kita kena ambil research assistant, kita kena gunakan contohnya postgraduate student, kita pun kita attachkan sekali sebagai consultancy. So, it's not about you sendiri yang buat ataupun on-site. So, you still facilitate the process, tapi yang buat kerja on-site contohnya you gunakan research assistant contohnya ataupun postgraduate students yang boleh membantu. So it's macam saya kata lah, it's actually about delegation. So it's about learning how to delegate work, learning how to control and negotiate with others kalau you contohnya tak boleh do something.
Okay, satu lagi soalan Prof. Macam mana kita nak form a team untuk kita buat research tu? Kita tahu pensyarah ni datang daripada pelbagai bidang dan mungkin tak sama kan. However, maybe applicationnya hampir sama walaupun fundamental berbeza. So the first baby step, so how do you form a strong team for yourself?
Alright. Research team ni ada banyak. Satu is research group ataupun research center. So kalau you join research group dan research center, kadang-kadang dalam research group dan research center tu mereka tak buat bidang yang sama dengan you pun, but of course ada something yang bond all the research group members together, maybe satu team and so on. Tapi kalau contohnya you nak develop your research until completion, yang tu you kena work with others. So contohnya lah, saya nak work on some product development, dan product development saya ni contohnya saya tak ada computing skill. So saya tak pandai buat software. So what happened is I collaborate with another pensyarah yang pandai programming, yang very good in computing skill. So saya ada technical knowledge. So contohnya saya tahu keperluan industri. Dari segi engineering contohnya saya boleh advise. So saya tahu okay, ni adalah keperluan engineering. Seorang lagi pensyarah ni contohnya dia bagus dalam computing. So what happened is I transfer my information to him dan dia tolong saya convert kepada bentuk software. So that is also a team. So a team is also finding people mungkin dalam universiti you, mungkin dekat universiti lain, and working together untuk you achieve certain goals. Dan kadang-kadang benda ni dia kena complementary. Mungkin you ada kekuatan ni dan seorang lagi kekuatan tu. But macam saya katalah, kadang-kadang nak cari tim ni dia bukannya saya nak cari tim lah, saya pergi contact lah Profesor A ni terus nampak baca CV dia macam relevan dengan saya. Sometimes it don't work like that. That's why saya kata penting untuk you join professional society and do networking. Macam kebanyakan kawan-kawan yang saya jumpa daripada universiti lain, saya jumpa dekat YSN, SM contohnya, saya jumpa waktu program ICAME and so on. So kadang-kadang this research team ataupun orang yang boleh bond dengan kita, yang sesuai dengan kita ni, kadang-kadang kita jumpa throughout the journey of kita punya progress ni. Dia bukannya kita nak terus ada. Ya, so nak cari orang yang jive dengan kita, yang ada chemistry ni, kadang-kadang memang ambil masa juga dan ikut nasib juga. Ya.
Soalan lagi Prof, how do we know company mana yang ada double tax exemption tu yang Prof ada sebut dalam presentation?
Double tax exemption ni is based on your university. Macam UTM, kita memang ada this scheme yang dengan LHDN. Maksudnya kalau contohnya company tu dia beri kita research contract 100,000 contohnya, so dia boleh apply untuk double tax exemption. So double tax exemption ni either your university boleh buat sendiri ataupun dia akan melalui proses, saya tak sure, mungkin MOF ataupun apa-apa, tapi dia ada prosedur dia. Tapi basically mana-mana company yang memberi research grant ataupun research contract pada your university melalui your research management center, biasanya you boleh apply for this double tax deduction if it's for research. Yeah. Cik Rashida?
Ya Prof, ada satu soalan lagi. Dalam satu minggu, berapa persen Prof fokus on research, berapa persen on teaching, berapa persen on admin? Adakah boleh dibahagikan macam tu atau macam mana? Apa pendapat Prof?
Saya nak kata sebab macam saya kata, some things are seasonal, ya. So most of my time is focus on research. I would say 40% of my time is on research sebab memang sentiasa datang, selalu kita nak kena supervise student kan, so nak kena contact student tu, set time untuk discuss dia punya research. Saya rasa about 40 to 50% my time is on discussing with my students about their research progress, and then of course student akan hantar you draft paper and so on yang you kena check. So memang about 50% to 60% lah time on research. And untuk teaching sebab saya adalah research based punya pensyarah, so what happened is I only have one class per semester. So I would say my time for teaching is about 20% of my time, and the remaining things is untuk admin, commercialization dan benda-benda lain lah.
Okay, terima kasih Prof, dan saya rasa itu sahaja kot soalan yang ada. Ada lagi beberapa soalan lain yang saya rasa Prof ada telah menjawab dalam presentation Prof, jadi mungkin audience yang nak tahu jawapan boleh scroll ke bahagian awal presentation tu, insyaAllah ada. Kemudian ada soalan juga, bagaimana nak menjadi perintis punya member? Boleh layari website ataupun saya bagi keluar. Okay. So untuk mendaftar sebagai ahli perintis, boleh register online perintis.org.my/registration. Dan kami di yang professional perintis sangat mengalu-alukan cadangan ataupun tajuk-tajuk daripada audience, apa yang mungkin sebagai seorang yang professional ataupun yang lecturer, yang scientist, yang engineer dan sebagainya inginkan perbincangan satu session yang lain pada masa akan datang. Sebab ketika PKP ni lah waktu untuk kita bersiaran secara aktif untuk nak belajar benda-benda baru. Dan akhir kata, saya Rashdan Saad mewakili pihak perintis ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Profesor IR Dr. Sharifah Rafidah Wan Alwi yang juga merupakan ahli perintis sendiri atas perkongsian yang saya rasa sangat-sangat bagus dan sangat baik, yang mana kami sebagai pensyarah muda ataupun saintis muda ni boleh belajarlah daripada Prof. InsyaAllah kalau ada apa-apa soalan dan cadangan kepada perintis, boleh ajukan di kotak chat box itu nanti dan kami akan bincangkan dan pertimbangkan. Akhir kata, selamat berpuasa dan selamat berbuka puasa walaupun lambat lagi. InsyaAllah semoga kita mendapat barakah daripada bulan Ramadan ini. Saya akhiri dengan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita jumpa lagi pada program akan datang.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Terima kasih, Prof.
Terima kasih.